Good afternoon, everyone. This is the daily market update video, and I'm going to do the first half will be breaking down NVIDIA due to its weightings in the market. So it's weighed a lot in QQQ, and it's been running quite a bit. So I wanted to make a video on its next level of resistance. And after that, the second half of this video will be the breaking down of the markets. And if you want to just look at that part, just skip to that part. And all right, let's get started. So this is NVIDIA on the daily chart. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick, but bear with me here. And so we're looking at this range that broken out. You can see the amount of bears that was talking about how it's overvalued. You can see on social media, it's like its P ratio is too high, all that stuff, yada yada. And then you can see probably the bears have been accumulating in this area. That's why when we broke out of it this morning, you can see a short squeeze straight into a new high. So NVIDIA is actually in a 13-month high. We broke above this one as well. That would be March 29th of last year. So that's 13-month high. You can see this high was 289.46, and the highest we gotten was 290.85. Although we did close back under it, so that may potentially be marking a top. And we also had this teal looking line rising wedge that I drew about, 3 weeks ago or something on my last video. And it's more for a visual guide, these kind of patterns. So we do have a couple of touches here and a couple of touches here. So that's like 5 touches. And we did coincide with this top of the wedge with this 290 resistance. So that potentially may be a reversal, and we can maybe consolidate underneath it and see how NVIDIA would trade. If we do break above it, I am looking at the 300 level. So the 300 level would be psychological resistance as well as a point on control here for volume profile, if any of you guys use volume profile. So that coincides with the 300 psychological resistance. Is 300, 301, roughly 300, 301. So that's going to be my next level if we do break above this resistance and the 290. So we'll see. And although NASDAQ QQQ and wasn't that strong today, but you can see NVIDIA still moved 4%. So we'll see if when QQQ rolls over, do we see NVIDIA still staying strong or weaker? And you can also see the other players in the semiconductor sector, like AMD, it's definitely not as strong as NVIDIA at all. Even though it was AMD that got a price upgrade this morning. And after we opened, all we did was drop after this price upgrade. You can see here as well, this is a price upgrade. And then once the market opens, it just started selling. AMD has earnings tomorrow, so that's going to be key if NVIDIA will continue or not. As a semi sector as a whole will continue or not, depending on AMD's earnings tomorrow after hours. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. And as for now, NVIDIA is in full bull control. This is the 15-minute time frame. You can see we have been riding the 15-minute EMA all day. This is the teal looking line. Bounce off of it once here, twice here, holding above it. So you can see there could be more continuation due to how strong. This could just be another bull flag, 15-minute bull flag, just like we have one here. There's no signs of slowing down yet. So let's go take a look at NASDAQ as a whole, the broader market. So NASDAQ, where's NASDAQ? I must have closed. All right, so here. So NASDAQ, we did break above this resistance from the 4th. We slightly got above it, but we ended up closing under. There was only about, we were up by it for a couple of minutes, I would say. It was roughly like right here. You can see how many times bears try to defend that area. This is a 5-minute time frame. So you can see the bears try to defend again, all these wicks. And essentially we ended up closing underneath it. I mean, we didn't drop that bad or anything. NASDAQ QQQ only closed 0.11%. So it wasn't anything crazy. We're probably going to go sideways or chopping slight red or slight green into FOMC meeting, which is this Wednesday. Going to be raising a 25 basis point. And the key for me is when today that didn't go bullish is because when NASDAQ broke above its resistance, you can see SPY didn't. So you can look at the SPX, the futures chart. You can see we have gone close to this one, but we didn't break above this one. So essentially what we want to see as a bull is breaking SPY and QQQ, or NASDAQ and SPX, both breaking its resistance at the same time. Then it would be a lot more convincing, especially after running up from the bottom to the high, just straight shot up to it. We want to see a continuation of the bull break, especially when you run so much already into a resistance. You want it to consolidate at least a little bit before testing it again. Essentially, that's the psychology. So I'm guessing market participants are going to be waiting for the FOMC before deciding to break this resistance or not. So we have 2 more days. FOMC going to be at 11 p.m. PST on Wednesday. So we have 1.5-ish trading days left before we get our rate hike, and the meeting itself is going to be 11:30. So that's going to be Jerome talking. And there was a Fed today that said, I forgot what it was, but it doesn't really matter. All he said was that we're not going to have a rate cut in this year, which is what Jerome has been saying anyways. That's hence this drop, or is this one? I forgot, but that's what he said. Market didn't react that bad. We were at resistance anyways already. Could say this is a technical rejection or the news rejection, or at the same time. Sometimes they do drop news right at the technical points. It's quite interesting if you've been in the market for a while. And so tomorrow I will be watching these 2 key levels as well. It'd be the same thing, same levels for NASDAQ. See if we can actually have a day closing above it, as well as XPX. So if you're a bull, I want to see both of them close above it, bounce, reject, go up. Or if you're a bear, you definitely want us to see closing back under there, underneath, potentially setting up. No, I don't see anything. This could be a meg. Let's see. All right, let's check if we can give you a megaphone or not. Give me a second here. This probably look more like one in the 4-hour time frame. Let me see here. Close. I mean, this is 3 touches. If we get above here, it will coincide with that exactly at this resistance. So that could be potentially a play. That looks pretty darn good of a megaphone to me. You can see higher high, no follow through, but come back, higher high, no follow through, came back lower low, lower than this low, no follow through, bounce back above. And potentially if we do test this area, then it will coincide pretty much exactly with this top right here, touching the megaphone right here around this area. So we'll see. I guess this could be our visual guide for now. This megaphone on SPX. And this one is more key though. The sideways is definitely more key than these diagonal visual guides for me. So yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow's AMD earnings report will also drag NASDAQ quite a bit after hours, I would say. So those two are gonna dictate the directions of Apple's gonna be Thursday, but that's gonna be after FOMC. So I think the FOMC move will be a little bit bigger. Although Apple could actually definitely move the market if they have bad earnings coming in. So we'll see. And I will update you guys tomorrow. And have a great rest of your day. And see you guys later.